Thank you for making dinner, Mother. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Like you saw me, there is butter and sugar in the cereal, but I don't know if there's enough in the taste.
Good slider. That thing hurried up there. 85 miles an hour. 0-2.
I'm sure Dad's ripping his head off. It's the only way that sound makes sense.
That's his looking around and, oh my God, I'm alone. Dad's in the bathroom.
Poor Bubba.
I hate you guys! Can't you guys leave me alone, more hands-on? Oh, 50's coming up.
It doesn't say here not to reuse this container. The kind that we get does.
Were you thinking of doing something specific or just in general? Okay, the car.
Have cold water in the fridge with this so that we have one going through your filter.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I can see that. Have you been drinking the water out of the filter?
Turns out I just don't like it when it first goes through the filter. The first 5 or 6 or 8 or 9 times.
Well, I think you're just basing that on Sharon and Stan, who are morons and probably don't know you're supposed to run it through 3 or 4 times before you drink it.
When the filter's sitting in the windowsill.
Yeah.
When did the sugar get over here? Did I put it over here?
I've already used it.
Did you? Thank you.
Let me my little hoity-toity milk thing.
Is this a little picture? I guess it is pretty cool, huh? It's more than just cute. It's kind of handy-dandy, huh? The little pictures.
I like the picture. Can I have a splash of milk, please?
Splash of milk?
Milk, please. Thank you.
And he is going for the cycle in reverse. The home run in the 4th, the triple came in the 5th inning. Then in the 7th inning, he doubled. And there have only been 2 players since 1974. They hit for the cycle in reverse.
Only 2 players in the last almost 40 years. Wow.
Carlos Gomez of Minnesota.
I just realized today that this white bread that I got isn't white bread. It's white whole wheat bread.
Just a bleached wheat?
Who knew?
I would have never known.
I was making a peanut butter sandwich, and I'm like, well, that's weird.
So this, in a sense, is a home for the cycle, and we'll see what occurs. With Blake, Easier, and Kemp not thinking about cycle, but thinking more of trying to get even at least. They're down 9-7.
Can't be sticking out the cycle.
Score 7 with
Blowing a 4-0 lead.
Kirby on the man. You figure you're going to win.
So here's Street. 1 ball and no strike.
Couldn't think of it.
Houston Street, Boston, Texas. 28 years old. About 6, 190. Went to the university and was a first-round pick.
My dad eats malto meal, and I hate it. Tastes nothing like cream of wheat.
Really?
It's weird. You know how you can taste, like, I know this is going to sound weird, but you know how you can taste the good stuff in, like, drink? That's what it tastes like. Like, you can taste the wheat. And, like, the cream of wheat, you can't really I don't know, you can't really taste it. And he even butter, sugar, everything.
I grew up
You do that consistently? No, sir, I does it all the time.
I grew up with cream and milk. I'm not have malt in there.
Cincinnati leading the Giants
It's weird. You tasted the difference in it, right?
Not really.
No? Am I crazy?
I didn't have a problem with it at all, actually.
I don't have a problem with it. It just doesn't.
Maybe I was just hungry that day.
It's just not as good as cream.
I like what I like.
There's one out in the night.
Corollary pop up.
Reed has 17 saves. His father was an all-conference pitcher for the University of Texas. He was on the staff with Bert Hooton, who, of course,
Happy?
was one-time pitcher for the Dodgers.
Why did Ronald put up a picture of old Hoss Radburn on his Facebook page?
I don't know, but it was pretty cool. I don't know.
Did you see him flipping them off?
Oh,
He put it off.
oh, I must not have looked close enough.
Flipping the bird. From the, probably the O's maybe, or even the 1890s.
It was the 18 something. The caption even says which one is flipping the bird on the left-hand side back row. I
Must
think.
not have read the caption.
And into second base goes Andre Evier with his third hit.
Dad had to make it big for us to see it, because you can't really see it from the regular side.
Oh, I was looking at it on my phone.
Home run.
I couldn't make it all that big.
George and Tracy. What are you going to do with it?
It was a weird kind of picture. There was 3 guys from one team, the rest were another team.
Yeah.
The Boston Bean Eaters and the New York Giants.
Matt Kemp, 2-for-7.
Were they the National League or American League Boston team?
Boston Bean Eaters were national.
Looks like the umpires were in the picture with him.
It was different, really good guys.
He was back for you, That's a strike.
Looks like there was just 2 of them, too.
Oh, there was a time when it was just 1. And for the longest time, the crew chief, head umpire at home plate every game.
And it's not been enough.
And you kind of get the feeling Country Joe wishes it were still that way.
Yeah. And this douchebag Mike McClellan trying to play.
Oh. Second worst, probably, right?
Yeah.
Depending on where you put Angel Hernandez.
The guy that called George Brett out for the Pine Tar is still umpire.
Wow.
83?
It was the 1850s. Oh, at least early 80s.
We were watching that game.
Street
Live.
breaking fastball, slider, and a change.
Dad said, Dad called him. He's been calling out for the Pine Tar.
There's the slider, 1-2.
Had you ever heard of that before?
I was aware that it was a rule, but just because they didn't want to hold me, it's just retarded.
Before the Brett thing.
What?
Yeah. They use basically stick 'em on the bats. It's pine tar.
What's his name has it on his helmet?
Oh yeah. Nanny. Yeah, that same stuff. And
So we allowed up so far.
there was a time when they would try to use one baseball for a whole game. Probably never really got away with that more than
imagine it being an issue that late in the baseball.
But they really didn't want baseballs to get dirty.
A guy got killed because of that.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the balls have to be white for visibility. It's really important. And
Oh.
the league, guys were putting pine tar way up their back. And the pine tar was getting to the ball, and if the ball gets covered in pine tar, it's dirty and dangerous. So they made a rule saying you could only have pine tar up a certain length of the bat.
And they made it the length of the home plate so they had something measured by.
Completely arbitrary. And 50 years after it isn't an issue anymore, even in the 80s, they were probably going through half a dozen balls a game, right?
Oh, probably more than that.
50 years after it's an issue, it's still in the rule book because no one ever thought to take it out. So it's a big game. One of the most, oh geez, how would you describe Billy? Pugnacious?
Fiery?
Brett had used that bat.